Hi there, Bobcat Nation. This is Melissa Hayes, and I want to give you an update on the communication driver, which is right smack dab in the middle of the blueprint. In November, several of you took the survey on the communication driver and what DTN, when we were using the collaborative learning cycle to process that data, what we found was that teachers and administrators understand the driver. We also found that more people are using and following the read, respond, and act portion of a driver than they were in May. Um, we found that building administrators regularly communicate the urgency of the blueprint, as well as what we found too was only 52% of respondents knew where to get the latest information about the blueprint, and that only 72% used the Google Calendars provided in the district. As a result of the survey, DTN decided that we would take a few steps. One is this video that you're watching. We want to clarify the communication driver, update you on new portions of it. It's going to be shared with principals who are going to share it at a staff meeting so that they're sure that you have the time to watch the video and then maybe discuss it as well. The video is going to be sent out to board members, support staff, bus drivers, maintenance, custodial, and Chartwell employees because they don't usually attend staff meetings, but we wanted to make sure that they have an opportunity to be communicated with and find out what's going on in the district. Future surveys are going to be sent out with clearer instructions within the email. When you receive the survey, you're going to know whether or not you should be taking that survey and maybe a little bit of information about it. There are going to be more updates about the blueprint provided to board members, as well as hard copies of the newsletters are going to be shared maybe on staff lounges, but also shared with support staff, bus drivers, maintenance, custodial people, and Chartwell employees. We find that during the school day, there really isn't an opportunity for them to access a computer, and so we want to make sure that they do have hard copies if needed. The communication driver is really more than read, respond, and act. I know that that's the first thing that we had really talked about when we rolled this out last year, but it's also our method of communicating about all things happening in the district. It's a method of obtaining feedback and input from you. It's the newsletters about the blueprint in these videos. Sometimes it's just how-to videos having nothing to do with the blueprint, and other times it's these videos that really do directly impact the blueprint. It's also the Google Calendars. Within our district, we do rely on Google quite a bit and the Google Calendars, and that is part of our communication driver. Referring to the Google Calendars, the use of Google Calendars both at a district and building, there are calendars that are updated and different people. I know Stacy Barnes has a lot to do with updating those calendars for us, and thank you, Stacy. But we also wanted to make sure that it isn't just the calendars that are on the websites, but also really the expectation for Google Calendars when you are sent an invite. So why does it matter if you accept your invite? So basically, we want the sender wants to know if you received the invite, you read it, and if you're going to be there. The sender could look at the meeting or gathering and find that no one has accepted, and they're going to cancel it and start to look for a different time to hold that meeting. Or maybe you're the only one that hasn't accepted, and your administrator or someone is going to seek you out and say, "Hey, did you receive that invite?" Where it would just be easier when you receive the invite, if you're going to go, to say yes. If you're not sure if you're going to go, answer maybe. Or if you're not going to go and you can't attend at that time, you're going to say no. So, the other thing that happens is when you have accepted an invite, you're going to receive a reminder. It'll go directly on your calendar, and you'll receive alerts. So, in addition, agendas can be attached within the invite. And so when you see that on your calendar, you can click on the appointment when you get to the meeting, and you can pull up the agenda right on your computer at that point in time without having to share anything with you. It's built in right within the invitation. In addition, if the time or location must change at the last minute, oh, that location wasn't good, it was already booked, and we need to go somewhere else, we can communicate this with everyone within the invite and know that you have been notified. Also, sometimes we need to know how many copies to make or how much food to order, and we'd hate to be short and have you attend and then go hungry. Emails and groups and technical information. So One of the things that we found out digging into the survey results is that we realized we had made a mistake and all HLCS really didn't mean all. We had some people that we were missing. Actually, in some instances, whole chunks of people. So we are changing this. Matter of fact, by the time I did this video today, it's probably already been rectified. Um, Again, the survey results, we're going to make sure that there's clarifying information within the survey results. And then after this video, your principal will identify people in your building who can help you with Google Calendars or maybe even Google Email. So if you're not sure how to use something, we want to make sure that we provide you with that support. Now, where to find blueprint information? So that was a pretty low ranking. Only 52% of you knew where to find information. And so newsletters are emailed and now hard copies are going to be provided to some staff. And there's also a place that is a website that is meant for all HLCS. So not just teachers or not just people who have access to Elluminate, although there is a tile within Elluminate, but also being able to go to this website. So this is a shortcut for you to go to the website. But it takes you to it'll take you to this website that is for all members of or all people within HLCS, from board members to principals, pretty much everyone. This is the main site, and I'll give you just a little bit of a tour. Try to make it as simplified as possible so that it didn't take you a long time to look around, but all of the newsletters are linked within the front page, and you can find out more information about any one of the components that have already been installed. And so those are all hot linked. There's a blueprint vocabulary crosswalk that is a pretty quick and dirty way to, oh, what does that mean? How come they're using that terminology and I don't understand what it means? There's a crosswalk for you right there, as well as graphics. And if you want to dig in deeper, evidence of practice of any one of the components. In addition, we have these videos that have been shared, and this library is going to continue to expand. So some of them are 1 or 2 minutes, some of them, like this one, are more like 10 minutes, but those will be available to you. Lastly, we want to thank you for your input. 94 of you responded to the survey that we took in November. We do use this survey information. Every 6 months, we will be surveying you about this communication driver. And so I will also let you know how often we're going to be asking these questions. When we receive the survey information, we go back at DTN, we process that data using our collaborative learning cycle, and we find out if we need to make any improvements to the driver or to the component that we are surveying. If you're watching this presentation at a staff meeting, your principal is now going to provide you with building level data. If you're not watching this presentation at a staff meeting and want to see the building or district level data, you can ask a principal or your curriculum director. So, Bobcat Nation, thank you for watching this video, and we do believe every student, every class, every day. That's why we're here. Go Bobcats!